Okay, hello everyone. In today's video, I shall be doing a character overview on Takenaka Hambe. Oh, then, he's one of the PS2 exclusive characters, meaning that nobody plays him and his tier list placement is purely theoretical, but I think he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good. He's one of the harder characters, though, definitely. So, I describe Hambe as a glass cannon, because he has this one very defining trait, but well, for one thing, he has the lowest health in the game. Everything hurts a lot more than it would on him. Which isn't the best, and this is also combined with the fact that his guard cancel really sucks, like his metered one, and he has no other defensive options. But he's able to bring on the hurt. Anyway, let's just quick go over his normals. He has some good pokes over here, like 5B, 5C, well, not 5C, both his jumping B and C are both good pokes. Yeah, he just has a good variety of pokes. And his 6B overhead, yeah, I don't really talk about them because they're all just sort of whatever. I mean, most of them just knock down. But Hambe's 6B overhead is actually pretty special. For one thing, he does a little jump which can dodge some lows. And this thing's really plus on block, and let's see here. He can combo off of it, I swear. Yeah, he can link into it from a 5B. Come on now. There we go. See, like that. So yeah, he has a very good 6B overhead. Now then, let's talk about some of his specials. So, his standout one, in my opinion, is 236A. It's pretty fast, it moves in backwards, and it's basically impossible to punish. And on whiff or on hit, he can cancel into 236C. Now this move is a tad bit more slower, but it does move him forward. He's able to jump cancel every single hit. Yeah, this gives him a good running away sort of strategy, where he's able to just do 236A, this pretty big multi-hitting poke, and then just whiff cancel at any point into 236C. Yeah, really good move. This is by far Hambe's best move in my opinion. It carries him quite heavily, because all of his other special moves are kinda meh. Yeah, so here I have 236B. It's sort of meh, you probably won't be using it. What else? Oh yeah, he also has a 214X. This move is sort of interesting. So if you press... So, 214A is a move that can be held indefinitely, and during this state, Hambe will block all high and mid attacks. Look something like this. And he can release the A button at any time to do a counter. And the B version is the same, but it counters lows. So, what this move does is actually sort of interesting, where if he hits with the follow-up, his next special will be enhanced. Like, look at me doing 236A now. Notice how it was purple there? It did more damage and it had 4 hits? Yeah, those are some of his enhanced specials. He can have 2 of them stocked at any given time. So yeah, there it is again. Oh, whoops. So yeah, you can have 2 of them stocked, and the effect is 236A, B, and C. Something like this. And yeah, it also affects the 236B. So yeah, those are those moves. Sort of interesting. Not the most useful, but it's something. 214C, you probably won't be using this move either. Yeah, it sucks the opponent in, and it's while it is very plus, it's too slow for it to be truly that useful. And he has another sort of interesting move, 623B, jump 623B. Now, the interesting thing about this move is that it has 0 recovery frames. Yes, it has 0 recovery frames, and if you Tiger Knee it, it can be pretty safe on block, as you can see there. So yeah, sort of interesting, but you can't really get anything on hit. So yeah, there's that. Now, let's talk about Hambe's, one of his main mechanics, and one that doesn't see too much use, unfortunately, Hambe's emblems. So, by pressing 22A, he goes into a coughing fit, and does some self-damage over here. He damages himself. And in case if you're wondering, yes, the self-damage is lethal. You can die when you play as this character. You can die of tuberculosis. Yeah. Yeah. He can have up to 2 emblems, and they carry over between rounds. And what they do is sort of interesting. So, if you are counter hit during your 236A, 236B, or 236C specials, or 214A or 214B, like the follow-up specifically. So let me just... yeah, if you're counter hit during any of those moves, you can press any of the attack buttons to do that move called Negeki. Which does also a fair bit of self-damage. Now then, while at first the system seems pretty good, there's actually the problem of it all does self-damage to you, and this self-damage is lethal. And not to mention, it takes an eternity and a half to get an emblem. It's pretty much impossible to get during any of your combos. And when you do Negeki, you're doing self-damage on top of yourself, on top of being counter-hit, on top of you having the lowest health in the game. Like, no joke. Everything really, really hurts. I cannot emphasize this enough. He's made out of paper. He really is. All thanks to the tuberculosis he has. Yes, this character has tuberculosis. So yeah, you really don't see any of these emblem mechanics, which is a shame, because I personally find it a sort of interesting mechanic. I can't think of any other Arc System Works character that has something like this, but it just, unfortunately, is not that useful. And, what other special moves does he have? Okay, I think that's about all of them. Let's talk about his supers. So, his 2 and 4C super, he does this, strike. Now then, and you can also do it in the air. One of the few supers in the game where you can do it in the air. I think there's only one other, that being Oichi's 2 and 4C. Anyway, yeah. So, when you hit this move, you can hold either the A button or the B button to do a follow-up. So if you hold the A button, you do this. This is only really used against some infinites against Meta, and a 2 and 4B flings the opponent behind you, which is useful in some combo situations. Like, he's able, like, when he does his infinites, he can't go from corner to corner, so he can do this to swap sides and then proceed to infinite from there. And, oh yeah, it's 236, 236C. You are probably never going to use this super. Interesting thing, so when the projectiles all fall down, they fall down in a random place, meaning that this super's damage is random. Yes, and you're just never going to use it. Alright then, oh yeah, right, his reinforcements. So his reinforcements are Totoyomi Hideyoshi. So, from level 50 onward, you're able to hold it, like this. And, it causes that effect. If fully charged, and if you have level 100 reinforcements. I think on, if it's at level 50, right here, it knocks back or something. Let me just... yeah. And, he also has, the usual 3E. Can't be, yeah, pretty standard. However, interesting thing. So, if he does 3E or 1E, it hits once, right? But if he does 2E specifically, it hits twice, which I find pretty strange. Literally no other 3E attack works like that. With only the 2E variation hitting twice. And, well yeah, that's Hambe at a glance, but let's talk about, by far, his most defining aspect, his infinite ability. His ability to do infinites. Let me just cut to myself doing a video clip, because his combos are actually pretty hard. He's one of the harder characters. Okay, so here I am, yet again, with another old Japanese, pretty blurry video. Now then, let's talk about Hambe and what makes him so special. So after seeing all that, you're probably thinking, oh, he's just sort of whatever. He doesn't seem that good. Why you put him in the A tier? Well, the reason for that is because of his unique ability to do infinites with 0 resources behind it. You see, most characters, they require either reinforcements or meter to do their infinites. There are very few characters that could just do it whenever they feel like. As you saw, Kenshin is one of the very few, however he has to land his counter. And Hambe is actually one of those characters, except for the fact that he doesn't need to land a counter. If he hits you at mid-screen or in the corner, your ass is going to space. So here's what that looks like. So yeah, this is all kind of hard. Yeah, and up he goes. So yeah, he's able to do this against every character. And yeah, if he hits you mid-screen or in the corner, you're going up. Yeah, you're getting infinite. Meaning that getting hit by this guy even once is potentially round ending. Yes, round ending. So yeah, that's Hambe's main defining trait, being able to just infinite you from most hits. Like, yeah, me just hitting him right there, that could have gone to an infinite, which is something that most characters in this game cannot do. And the thing about Hambe is that his infinites are sort of tricky. I mean, they're sort of tight. They're not the hardest combos in the game, but they are tricky, in my opinion. And he requires a lot of character-specific adjustments. If I remember correctly, like, Meta is the hardest combo, as per usual. But, yeah, he's just able to do that, which is pretty good, which makes him definitely one of the better characters in the cast. Your ass is going to space if you're hit by him, so, yeah, be careful, be careful. And, with that, yeah, I think that's about it. Pretty short video. But yeah, he is sort of simple like that. He hits you once, and you're going up to space. Oh, look at this. Yeah, there's no competition. This is the best Basara KO in the game, visually speaking. Also, uniquely enough, you can do it in the air. He's the only one that can do that, which is sort of interesting. Anyway, the next character I shall be talking about is my favorite character in the game, and one of my favorite characters in all of fighting games, and my main, Honda Takenaka. He truly is one of the characters of all time. See you next video. Bye.